everybody, my name is Tillery. This is 93 Drive. Today we're driving an E43 AMG with a 3.0 twin turbocharged intercooled, producing 396 horsepower and 384 pounds of torque, just at 2,500 RPM for a car that weighs close to 4,300 pounds. It'll get it from 0 to 60 in just 4.2 seconds, and it'll cross a quarter mile at just 12.8 out of 109. Last year we tested the coupe, the SUV, and today we're gonna test the E43 sedan and see exactly how this compares to the other variants. So with that being said, let's get this show on the road and let's see what this AMG's got to offer today. Driving the E43 AMG with its 396 horsepower and 384 pounds of torque. Inside looks absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. I picked a bluish, purplish ambient lighting. It looks absolutely amazing. Due to the fact it's not a sunny day here in Washington. I hope everybody had a fantastic 4th of July and everybody's safe. I had a great time with some really all good friends. I really do appreciate it. They're really big supporters of the channel, so a big shout out to them. Once again, you know, this car, steering wise, I gotta point this out. The steering on this car feels really good. It's got just enough weight, but it just does exactly, it communicates exactly what you want. There's a lot of feedback coming back from the tires, so I know exactly what it's doing. I can feel it in my tips of my fingertips. Yeah, it feels good. The weight, yeah, you can't hide the weight of this car. It's a little heavy. The engine, yeah, I'm surprised at the numbers of the 0 to 60, the 4.2, because it doesn't seem that lightning quick. We've driven other AMGs that do seem a little quicker than this car, but at the end of the day, they're not as quick. So I'm curious to see how this thing does on a standstill. So let's get her down there and see what it does, and then we'll continue on our routes, do our little hoops, and we'll do our final thoughts. So let's get down to location. All right, here we go from the standstill, throttle down. Yeah, it picks up and goes, that's for sure. And it's you keep the throttle down all the way down to the floor, it just keeps on going. It's holding the gear. We're at 4,000. Give it a little more gas. Yeah, it bounces back on it. Those turbos spew up pretty quick. Drop it a gear. Drop it one more gear for a sound. It sounds pretty good. Alright, we don't need to speak to Johnny loud today. Yeah, it is a quick little car. Amazingly so. I would have thought the 53 was a little quicker. Maybe. But this car feels quick. It definitely does feel quick. It feels nimble. It feels planted. And it just wants to keep on going. You just throw the hammer down. And like I said, all of the torque, all the 304 pounds of torque come live with 2,500 RPM, and it holds the gears. So yeah, this is one of the things I haven't mentioned. This car has really nice, comfortable seats. I am a little bit on the heavier side, and it's just right there. If I was a little bigger, I would not be comfortable. It's got great leather with the Alcantara. They feel fantastic. So let's get it down to the twisties and see exactly how she handles there, and then we'll head back and do our final thoughts. So let's get down to location. All right, here we go down our favorite twisty road. We got on a Sport Plus. Last time we were on this road, we had an encounter with Mr. Deer. Let's try not to make a habit out of that. All right. Turn in is precise. It handles the undulations pretty well. You know, I still get that same feeling on the brakes. You know, they do come on strong, but they do lack that feel. The suspension parts, for most part, it's pretty set up pretty well. Let's go up the hill. Let's not forget that we got the all-wheel drive 4MATIC system, but 69% of the power is going to the back wheels and the rest is going to the front. Not bad, not bad. It stayed flat during the whole thing. Yeah. One of the reasons why I think is because it does have a really good chassis. It does share with other AMG platforms, especially the E53 S. So, here we go up our other little twisty road. Let's see how she likes this. Yeah, it still stays pretty flat. It does have a good exhaust note, but it's not as, I don't think as deep as the other AMGs that we've tested lately. Alright. Let's take this sweeper. Yep, stayed flat. Kept giving it a throttle and just kept taking it. Well, let's head back and do final thoughts. Final thoughts with the E43 AMG. You know, just cruising back to our dealership now. Just what I pointed earlier, the feedback from the steering wheel is actually really good. The way it's the suspension we have in the Sports Plus all the way across the board, the way it soaks up the bumps, it's pretty good too. It doesn't really beat you up like it would, like let's say if you were driving an E53 S, that would beat you up a little more because suspension on those cars is a little bit rougher. It's set up more for really high performance sporting. This car is a little more subdued for the reason that it's more steered towards more of a luxury with performance, with the flexibility of being able to handle and drive it every day. Fuel wise, yeah, all these cars, you know, you need to ask about fuel when they're how much they're getting miles to gallon. These cars are not for you, that's for sure. But the way it drives very smooth. You can tell that, you know, this car is a German car. You can tell that it will do triple digits all day long without a sweat. The quality of this car is one of the things, and not just this particular car, but just the latest Mercedes that we've tested. The quality of the material, it is so much superior than it used to be. There was a point where the quality was just not quite there. There's still a few little things, you know, they're not great, like the the stock for the changing gears. You know, that comes from all the other Mercedes, including the Enter E-Class and C-Classes and stuff like that. Even though what I've read, the new C-Class really has gotten really upscale. But with that being said, you know, this car is, you know, it's a good car. It doesn't have that sound of the engine that you really want from an AMG. It's there, but it's not like it's not like somebody hearing somebody, oh, here comes an AMG. So in that regard, so I'll give everybody a right. Yeah, just cruising like this, it just feels fantastic. You keep the gas, go around the turns, and it just handles perfectly well. You come around the bend here, and it just does exactly what it truly is quite a little. It's a nice sports sedan, and you have obviously the flexibility of having a good sized room in the back. Trunk wise, you got good room in the trunk as well. You can take it away for the weekend, take it for a long road trip. So it just handles pretty well. Mr. Acura decides to take our lane, so we'll go this way. But is this the E that I would, you know, pick, or is this the 43 that I would pick out of all the other ones that we've tested? I'm not 100% sold on it. When it comes to the E-Class, you know, the E53 would probably have to be at the top of the list for me, just because it does give you more sound. The appearance of it, it's a little bit more muscular. It steers more towards, looks more towards like the E63 that we've lost. And you know, when I approached this car, I had stopped somewhere. When I approached this car and I kind of looked at it, I said, you know, it's good. It's got this chrome grille front and this egg-looking grille. It's taking a little bit of time to get adjusted, but it looks good, but it doesn't look like, you know, it's definitely a sleeper. If you don't know what it is, it just looks like any other four-door mid-size Mercedes. So same, you know, the screens on these cars are amazing. The Burmester sound system is out of this world. You can turn it up as loud as you want, and it's clear, crisp, and it's right there. So with all those things said, you know, if you find one at a really good point, a good price point, I definitely highly recommend it. But if you really want a little more performance, a little more sounds, a little more technology, then I'll probably steer towards the 53 that we tested last time. So I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Like I said earlier, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. But until then, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Comment, it does make a difference. Share the video, hit notification bell, and I will see everybody in the next video very, very soon. Until then, be safe. Bye.